you sure if I push this button and not that one, the science project's gonna work right this time?
I am Meek.
Wait, what?
Good morning, students. Welcome to school. Remember, the thought of the day is...
Remember, what makes you different is what makes you Spider-Man.
Welcome to Ecology 101, the study of the nerd and geek in their natural habitat. I'm Gary.
And I'm John.
And we're going to check out something today that's very interconnected. The Spiderverse. And we got to taste that with Spiderman Into the Spiderverse that came out a few months ago, right?
Yeah. My son and I just watched it.
Oh, yes.
I'm from another dimension.
How many more spider people are there?
Hey, fellas.
Hello.
This could literally not get any weirder. It can get weirder.
A whole different take on Spider-Man. A lot of elements in there I thought were really interesting that you got inside his head and his life. Mm-hmm. And the life of other Spider-Men, too.
Yes.
He's not the only one. So good. So what did you guys...
And they're not all Spider-Men.
No.
Some are Spider-Pigs and Spider-Ladies.
Yeah, exactly. And Spider... what is it? The Noir. Whatever the character was. Yeah, anyways. But...
yeah, it got a little too...
Or a little anime.
A little too much.
Yes. Well, I think... So the cartoon that came out is based on a comic that I know that Rudy... he talked about too the spider.
I like lavender.
That's a long Lavender Festival. That's like three episodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, he would remind us that the Spiderverse is based on a comic, and though we saw 6 Spider-Man in this one, there's more.
What?
There's a whole lot of.
Get the heck out of Dodge.
And so the basic premise here is that an opening was a hole is open in reality, and Spider-Man.
Tell us a little bit about that, Gary. How can that possibly be?
How can that possibly be? Mm-hmm. Well,
because I know you're the definitive expert in this area, writing multiple books about time travel.
Right.
Chronologity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Now you're looking at the future, so I hope that's what you see.
And then we just skipped to 14 after that.
Right, I'm in through with Rocky now. Rocky 14. Well, part of it is you have. When you have different choices, you have different realities. So different choices you could take, turn different things. So in the Spider-Verse, I guess the concept here is we do, three of the main Spider-Men, you might say. We have Spider-Man, Peter Parker, right? Mm-hmm. Who inhabits the same universe as Miles Morales.
Does he?
Yes, they're in the same. He knows Spider-Man.
My name is Miles Morales. I'm the one and only Spider-Man. At least that's what I thought.
So that's right, because he doesn't know him, but
knows of him.
Yeah, he gets caught up with him when Peter Parker dies.
It's like the passing the torch in some ways too. Mm-hmm. So the Spider-Man in this one got life together. Things are good. Great hair, whatever, right? He's got Mary Jane, and his life is good in this universe. And then he gets in a battle with Kingpin, right?
Gets whooped.
He gets whooped and he dies. Mm-hmm. So, but before that, he ends up meeting Miles Morales, and Miles, due to an accident, he gets his own spider powers.
Yes.
And if you notice...
Everybody has spider powers.
Someone's got it. If you notice, though, that before all this happened, the Kingpin was trying to figure out how to open up different realities, and something came out of it. The spider, if you look at the spider who bit him, it's was...
like not radioactive, but it's...
Something different. Yeah, because he gets different powers. Mm-hmm. But what's neat about this one was Spider-Man, before he goes, actually, does he talk to him? He recognizes that Miles does have the spider sense. He goes, I'm going to train you. He almost had a perfect mentor until he died.
So you want to learn to be Spider-Man?
Can you teach me?
Yes, I can. Time to swing. Good, you're doing it. Double tap to release and whip it out again.
Okay.
Whip
and release.
You're a natural. Whip.
So things could have gone real different, but during the time that the collider, that's what it's called, opened up, a portal opened up to, I think, 5 different realities. Mm-hmm. So we got a Peter Parker. Well, there's Peter Parker, and then Peter, what's his middle initial? He has a different middle initial.
J.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. And he is...
Spider.
He has not made the best choices with his life. Mm. So it's kind of funny that you see where reality where, if you... he didn't fall off the girl. He didn't want kids. The choices he make can lead to a different reality. He's not a happy Spider-Man. Very depressed.
He got divorced.
Got a pot belly.
Pot belly, no kids.
Nope, right?
Yeah.
And questions what his decisions.
Yes.
But he realized that they're the only ones that could do it, and he's going to decide to mentor Miles Morales. What do you say? I get the broken down Spider-Man,
Yes.
But
did he decide to mentor him? Not at first, right? He just wanted to go back to his world. Yeah, he's like, just let me get the heck out of here.
Yeah, he said this is not it. And then he realized things were different. But what's cool about that was he began to share things that aren't going inside Spider-Man's head that we don't know about. Like, hey, try this out. Or when you put the suit on, don't forget to put in baby powder. Just all kinds of things. You're like, oh, and like I said before.
Like real things, like you wouldn't think about in real life. Because, when you're watching Spider-Man, you're not thinking about sweaty.
No, right. Mm-hmm. And he verbalizes stuff, but not everything. So in this one, and the funny thing is when you do mentor people, you do things that go inside your head in your life. You do get to share things that most people don't know. Are like, oh, that's how that works. This is how you do it. And that was kind of cool about that Miles Morales was a kid who didn't have a direction, didn't know what to do with his life. And even when he found out that his spider abilities, he's doubted that too. So having a mentor, even if they weren't perfect, really helped him out too. Mm-hmm. But he ran into other spider people.
You're like me. My name is Peter Parker.
I was bitten by a radioactive pig.
Which was kind of cool.
Kind of not.
Kind of different. Well, Spider-Gwen was
not.
Yeah.
I don't need Porky Pig as Spider-Man.
Yeah, some of those were a little different.
I didn't need, who was it? Who was the gray Spider-Man? Who was like a...
That was
like
actually
1950s Spider-Man.
Right, exactly, fighting the Nazis.
Yes, exactly.
That's, who am I thinking of?
I didn't need
Benjamin
Moana.
Franklin Gates.
I didn't need Moana Spider-Man.
Nicolas Cage played that character. Yeah. Oh, Moana. Are you talking about the anime girl?
Noir. Yeah, whatever.
Noir, right, yes, right. But it was kind of fun.
I didn't mind the girl. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
she ended up at his school.
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen. I thought that was kind of cool.
They had a pretty good interaction.
But I thought they made it a little too silly with the Porky Pig and Moana. Just let her stay in Hawaii. I would never quit. I would just stay in Hawaii and surf.
Right? Nice. But then what's funny is Aunt May was in on the whole thing too. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's sort of like his Alfred.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Which she's really not. But okay.
Yeah. But
and I know this is a different take, but still, I'm kind of like, you don't have to do all of that, do you?
Yeah. But the humor was pretty good. The animation was
good. The humor was good.
Very different.
It was a good story.
Right. But it opens a door to what's happening in the Marvel universe too. Right?
Which is what? Time travel now?
No. They one of the things that got mentioned was, and it does connect, is that I knew they were going to do something with this, but doing a Spiderverse.
You did not.
When they mentioned if they bring something in, they try to is it now?
You were so off in like Star Wars and so many other predictions. You didn't know what they were going to do. Don't lie, Gary.
Did you see this Did you see the trailer for
which one?
Spider-Man: The Far From Home?
Which one's that?
That's the one that's coming out this summer.
I didn't pay attention to
that. Well, in that one...
Tom Holland, though, right?
Tom Holland.
The best Spider-Man ever.
Do you like him? I do, too.
Oh, but you were like all Tobey Maguire.
No.
Yeah, you were all Tobey Maguire. Don't even lie. You're like, Tobey Maguire's the best.
No. I like him all for different reasons, but I think...
maybe you like Andrew Garfield. You're like, he was so cool.
He's all right. He's cool. But
you were like a starstruck little teenage girl.
I think this new guy's got a combination.
Tom Holland. That's why I said he was the Goldilocks when I wrote my blog. It was the Goldilocks of Spider-Man. He captured enough of the coolness from Andrew Garfield. He had enough of the nerdiness from Tobey Maguire.
Right.
But he just he has a way of putting it all together that it's believable as a person.
Right.
Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Because Tobey Maguire was just too meek. Even when he got his powers, he just stayed too meek. And Andrew Garfield was just like, yeah, man, I'm just like, kind of too cool all the time. Spider-Man's not like that. At least I don't see him like that. I see him as Tom Holland. So.
Yeah. He does, and he's asking questions. He's interacting with people.
Yes, but he's like, but he's got a great sense of humor while he's doing it. Wow, that's awesome.
You have a metal arm?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, you're gonna have to remember. You have the right to remain silent. I mean, just silly stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
What?
I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work. Because I am going on vacation.
Exactly. Yep. Did you watch it? Yeah, all the different movie things too. Yeah. Don't put any alien egg sacs inside me. No more pop culture references. Right. But in the new one, the trailer, they had mentioned that the character Mysterio, right? That they mentioned that he shows up in this movie is he mentions he's from another Earth. And so his brain starts going, wait a minute, are you talking about there's multiverses? Mm-hmm. So who knows where they're going to go with this? But I mean, I think the into the Spiderverse, if we don't get anything beyond that, at least we get a taste of it, right? Mm-hmm. So they might.
You know the best part of that movie is when they sent Porgy Pig back to his plant time. I was like, thank God you're gone.
That's all, folks.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, what is this nonsense? Come on.
Yeah, it gets a little
too much. That's what I meant. They went a little too far, I think.
Right. Mm-hmm. So, but concept was interesting.
It was very interesting. I thought it was really cool. I like the whole mentoring between, Peter J. Parker and him, or whatever his middle name was. I don't remember.
The best hamburger. Yeah. They
and I like Gwen
Stacy.
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen.
That was good.
But they do have their own. There's series of all these too out there. A lot of comics for all these characters. So it's a big thing that Rudy had mentioned before that was coming.
Who's Rudy?
The guy who's supposed to be sitting right in this chair, but not.
Oh, the one that we were going to do the Princess Bride and then decided no.
Right.
The Princess Bride because he's at the Lavender Festival. All right. Thanks, Ron, for that.
Yeah, it's funny. Our audience out there, let's just get
all 25 of you.
Right. Well, here's something. We'll teach you a little about how our whole thing works. This is the brain of our Spider-Man, right? Anyways, but we do pick episodes. We sit down and figure out where we want to go, and it often doesn't go the direction I think it should, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It never
goes the direction Gary thinks it should.
Right. Well, and
because you brought me onto this show.
There you go. That's our Spider Pig right there.
I was going to say, exactly. Oink, oink.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go the way you wanted to go, you should just do this on your own.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. But
because I can get Rudy off topic pretty easily.
But I pull him back. So it's like we're playing tug of war.
We are. I know.
Rudy, come on, come back to light side.
No, he's like, all right. We're going to talk about serious stuff, Marvel,
and that's it. But we're trying to branch off and try to cover all our 3 domains. Hey, there you go, our domains: sci-fi, fantasy. I think you're going to get I think we got a few of them here. So we're back into Marvel. We hit sci-fi. We hit whatever, but. Yeah,
this isn't a big Marvel thing, so I don't think we need to know tons. I mean,
no.
Rudy's our expert on Marvel.
Right.
All that is Marvel, yes.
But we know the character of heroes. So there you go. We can break that down. It's all good. And I think Miles Morales kind of showed you that Spider-Man. Well, what did they say? Oh, I think oh my gosh, Mary Jane gave a speech at Spider-Man's funeral, and she said anyone can wear that suit.
My husband, Peter Parker, was an ordinary person. He always said it could have been anyone behind the mask. He was just a kid who happened to get big.
It's what we do. And it was funny because a lot of people were wearing...
That's not true.
Well, the hero aspect. I think she meant that,
anybody can be a hero. Yeah.
They have to stand... Yeah, when they feel the call. And you should. And the thing is, the heroes don't have to have the superpowers. Dude, okay, here's my jumping. What was it?
On the call pretty soon.
Right. From Ant-Man. Remember,
after lunch, we're all fitting into that suit pretty tight.
Ant-Man's best buddy, the comedian.
Pena?
Pena. He had said something.
Michael Pena.
He goes, I just want a suit. I don't have to have powers. Just give me a suit. The thing is, heroes come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. Thor, now you know. And the thing is...
he's a big one.
He's a big one, yeah. And the thing is, I think he'll get himself trimmed down. But it's just kind of fun how you can take a character like Spider-Man and see all the possibilities they could be, good and bad, and where they're going and how they think about life too. So it's kind of fun. And how different people would have got the ability... if Gwen Stacy, obviously, how she handles her spider ability is different.
And how she became Spider-Gwen, right?
Yeah, because Peter Parker died.
Yeah. And that was her best friend.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and her dad lived. Her dad lived and he died.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's just kind of fun looking at the possibilities of what could happen if, I know there's a lot of comics like that too. Like, what if this person did that? What if that person? What if Lex Luthor was good, right? Because I think there's a whole DC.
You think
series.
comedians think about that? I don't think so. Didn't you just say that? I think a lot of comedians.
No, a lot of people. Did I say comedians?
Yes.
I did?
Yeah. Take it back. Take us back. All the way. I want comedians.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Well, wow. All right. I didn't mean to say that. Anyways, but the thing is, possibility is, what if someone, there's a comics, is what I meant to say. A lot of comics out there or stories.
That's what you meant.
That talk about what if, right?
You said comedians, yeah.
I did, okay.
Yeah, slow your brain.
Maybe it's because of Patton Oswalt, right?
Yes.
Patton Oswalt.
He played the pig.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's right. He also, he was the in Walter Mitty. He played, what was the dating surf he was on? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I picture you. And he was Ratatouille too, right? So,
and he also does this Panda Bear show that my son watches, and he's one of those too.
Oh, nice. There you go. So, but
he was also the neighbor on King and Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
There you go. So there's our connection.
Off the track.
Yes, off the track.
Yeah, the only person to go off the track is Dr. Brown, because it's designed to go off the track, right?
You got to do some Stand By Me train dodges on these.
Right. So, but the idea here is, we were talking about doing the Spiderverse and where it's going, and if this new Spider-Man's going to go off there, because by the time this comes out, Spider-Man Far From Home will be coming out, and a lot of aftermath with, what do you call it? The Avengers, and Ron's falling asleep.
And this is supposed to, I could tell that. This is supposed to be before?
It's right after.
Right after the snapshot?
Right after Endgame.
Right after Endgame, okay.
Yeah, so, and it's a whole different world. Well, different and the same. So, but obviously I think what happened was Nick Fury did say that because of the snapshot, there's a whole torn reality.
That's not how he said it, though.
How did he say it? Okay, go ahead and say it with cuss words.
What? How can you know? You have to say it with the cuss words.
Anyway, roll tape.
This is Mr. Beck.
We could have used someone like you on my world.
Your world? Beck is from Earth, just not ours. The snap tore a hole in our dimension.
You're saying there's a multiverse?
We have a job to do, and you're coming with us.
Reality has changed, man.
Much, right? So anything can be possible. Who knows what they're going to do? Marvel's talking about doing some spin-off if characters, if shows.
Oh.
Like, what if the story of Peggy and Captain America, where did their life go?
Who cares?
I know. It has nothing to do with Spider-Man. We're not talking about
No, but I mean, like, who cares? Like, I don't care. Right. I don't care what Captain America wants to do with his wife. Big whoopee-doo. Right. I want to see him beat people up with a shield.
Right?
I'm violent. I'm an American.
Well, it would have been World War II. Maybe he took out Hitler, for all we know.
No, come on now.
That would totally change the course.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
There would be no Thanos.
He had to be, there's too many things to try to think about. Just like we were watching the thing that day, it's like all the possibilities that we got. Oh, man. Your brain could just fry it on that one. So, but we'll just enjoy it for what it is. Spider-Man into the Spiderverse. Thought it was fun. I guarantee they're probably making some more of those, because at the end I think they were communicating.
Yeah, and I think with the anime or animation, you can get away with a lot more. You know,
a lot more stories.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think they're trying to fill in spots with. I think Disney's doing that with anime stuff for Star Wars, whatever. But all tells a story in a different way. It still connects it, and some ways are cheaper than others, or quicker, or faster, or what. So I don't know. But Spider-Man, they're still popping things out. I hope they keep him for a while. So we'll see.
You do?
I think he'll do a good job. He's got time to age, Tom Holland.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he could do a couple more movies, but then that's going to kind of be.
He's in his 20s, I think. He's supposed to look like a teenager, but I think he's in his 20s.
He is. He was when he did the first movie. He was 20.
Yeah. So there you go. So all kinds of possibilities here. So good. Well, and, again, if you haven't seen Into the Spider-Verse, check that out. Maybe it'll get you. Get your spider
senses tingling.
Yeah, get you ready for into this right Spider-Man Far From Home, and see where.
Did you say Spider-Man Fart From Home?
Am I just slurring today? I think it's because we.
No, I just made that. I just made that up. You had way too much horchata.
Farfignugan. That's it.
I was thinking of Spider-Man.
we did break for lunch.
Comedians.
It was all coming out funky.
Comedians. You're a bunch of comedians.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. That's.
Hey, stop barking.
Yeah, she's right on cue. Right there. She's scared. Really? And what do you mean by that?
Ooh, that's maybe that's Spider-Man out there.
Oh yeah, we do have a dog though who will talk to you, so that's a whole nother story. That's a Scooby-Doo one right there. Right, Raggy. And on that note, so very good. So, anything else about Spider-Verse that you can think of? Any connections?
Any connections? It makes me think of Flash.
Right.
Yeah, kind of that idea.
They've opened up a lot with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think a lot of different people are now going with this time travel thing because it opens up, I want to say Pandora's box, but not necessarily.
Cash grab.
Yeah, it is. It's a cash grab because they can do all kinds of things with it, and if you can fit in a good story in there, you can bring.
Yeah.
It was like when we were watching what you just showed us, where they were like.
Pitch me.
Yeah, pitch me, and then they were talking about, well, we can, but we can go back and we bring, Iron Man back, and like, well, we really don't want to do that, but we could do it, So they have ways of now extending characters' lives and what happens to them, and it's just, it's another way to create stories if you're good. It's another way if you think more like DC or Fox does, making money.
Right.
So.
But if you're telling a good story and you're able to use
make
some
money,
good tools.
Yeah, and make good money too. Hey, great. All for it. But it's got to be a good story. So
yeah, right.
But I think you see a lot more of this time travel concept. At least I have.
Yeah.
As of late in the comic book world, and I don't know if that's true with actual comic books. You think about it. You've got the Avengers. You've got Deadpool. You've got Spider-Man into the Spiderverse. You've got the Flash on TV. Mm-hmm. I think, do they do that on DC's Legend of Heroes? I'm not sure. Yes. You see, that's what I'm saying.
Legends
you see
tomorrow, yeah.
Or whatever they, yeah.
And there's one called Gifted.
Yeah. What did they have time travel too?
No, it's just, they're just.
Oh, okay. But I'm saying all those have some sort of time travel attached to it, So then you have, it's good in a way because you have a great deal of material that you can work with.
Right.
I don't know, but the other thing too is sometimes I feel like when you have too much, it takes away from sometimes the story. And the thing is, making original stories that are different but still connect to everything else is very difficult. And you're talking about time travel. As I watch some of this out and I'm doing my book, I remember it has a different theme underneath, even though it's in time travel, and you have to give it some more depth. Like what?
Well, I'm really looking at the impact of changing history on people, what it would do. And then you said there's another theory that it doesn't matter how much you try to change history will always turn out. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I guess I could say it now. Of course, I hope no one takes my idea, but it's the divine. What? Okay, you 25 people out there, don't you take Gary's idea, dang it.
What he wants to do is he wants a offshoot of Sugar Bear from Deadpool.
Right, there you go.
His story.
It's sort of like the divine if principle. In other words,
I like that name. That's going to be a new name. Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear.
What's up, Sugar Bear?
What's his name, Peter?
No. Peter. No, Huggy Bear.
Mustache.
That's right, mustache.
The idea is that time has a it has a path, but the people in it can make different decisions. So it might be, but the path stays the same. You can bring yourself off that path that you were on, but the total path stays the same. Sure, because some people have been warned, don't do this. And it's like some people go and they go that way, and they because we know who wrote history, and it's like, you can go this direction or not. And if you avoid it, you don't have to get in trouble. Everybody else does. Like Ron says right there, he probably avoided a different history because he watched what happened to me. And that's isn't that how it works? Right, exactly. Avoid things if you. We get warnings all the time, right? Warnings or directions or guide, and we either listen or don't listen. So I think that's part of that whole thing is, the plan's going to follow through. Where do you fit in that plan? But when you talk about time travel, you said there's things underneath it. So what things are you talking about? Like. Scientifically, I guess. Oh, scientifically. Well, I think wasn't going more scientifically, more of the social emotional aspect of what people are, and those things that affect them, and then they take a path. And if someone were to correct them earlier on, they may not take the path that they're supposed to go. That's the deeper element of it too.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is where, and so I'm going more of the people aspect of it. And the theme is make history personal, right? Because when you learn from these people, and I know you love history, and I do too. I mean, probably not the caliber you guys are, but the thing is, you learn so much from people in history that you can apply in your life. You know, you could say, hey, I learned.
Oh, yeah. I quote stuff to kids all the time from Socrates or Plato or
Hasbro.
Van Wilder. Hasbro?
Yeah. I had to do the Plato and Hasbro thing. Sorry.
I like Plato, too.
It's all good.
I like Plato with Hasbro.
Plato in the many forms it comes. The mind or the Play-Doh. Mm-hmm. But the thing is...
I like Play-Doh. I eat it. I eat Play-Doh. It's good. It's very salty. Blue's my favorite color. It tastes the best.
Thank you, Forrest. Anyways, but the thing is, isn't that the point of history is you learn what not to do and repeat?
Well, you're supposed to, yeah.
That's how we're supposed to. Yeah,
those people who don't study history are destined to repeat it.
Right.
But sometimes you want to repeat history, right?
There are things you should do.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, the wheel's not broken.
There's some hot chicks I went out with.
Right?
Honey, I'm just kidding. No, but really, I want that history to repeat.
Okay,
Shh, don't tell my wife. My wife would never listen to this podcast. Ever. Ever. She won't read my book. She won't listen to us play Dungeons and Dragons. Nothing. She's like, you're an idiot.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, like that is not my cup of tea, and I could care less.
You.
Yeah,
I love
it's great though because then I get to go do this without her, latching on to me. Some women want to latch on to everything you do. No, she's not my wife. She got other things to do.
You have your own separate little fun activity.
Yeah, she's like, you're such a nerd. I'm like, well, yeah, that's why we're Necology. Hello.
Because I wear that with pride.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So there you go. Folks. Learn from history. Make those choices you're supposed to do.
And jump into the Spiderverse.
Yeah. Have you ever checked out Spiderverse?
Spider.
And
I was going to play that for you.
Oh, nice.
Here, play that. Come on, we got to hear this.
Okay, so I got to talk a minute.
Spider.
Let's see if I can.
The spider's new.
Spider? Yes, the spider. Even the smallest bite from Arachnus dethicus will instantly paralyze. Ow! Get it off!
Spider.
Nice. There you go. That's a great way to end up.
The Spiderverse.
Don't biting you soon. And we're still going. All right. Well, we'll end on that note today. I'm still Gary.
Still John.
And class is dismissed.
You sent Nick Fury to voicemail?
I gotta go. You do not ghost Nick Fury.
What up, dorks?
You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man.
I want to go back on my trip with the girl who I really like and tell her how I feel.
MJ, I
am Spider-Man.
No, of course I'm not.
I mean, it's kind of obvious.
Thanks for listening to Necology 101, the study of the nerd and geek in their natural habitat. If you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button and stay up to date with all that's new in the fandom universe. You can find Necology 101 on Spotify, YouTube, Podbean, and wherever you listen to podcasts. We'd love to hear from our fans, and your input helps make this show possible. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Godman Geeks, or you can contact us at necology101class@gmail.com. We know we have a lot of fandom choices out there, so thanks for letting us invade your fandom universe. Because we are still the knights who say, Neek.